Hello, IK here. Welcome to pstsSlice Part 5. Here is application 454. Address for download will be in description below this video. Here is a elementary crude operations. Create, read, update, delete. Let's compare crude, concretely read options, read features in two applications. This is one where data is in memory of my computer, and other application is tank one, where data is in remote mock server. When we first load, or here it is refresh, we have here, look at in application, we have a second post title, and more text, it is content, title content. This is users and the time, not interesting now. And we have button delete, but for us now interesting reading options, get data. And here is the first post. It is descending order. Last post is first post. For example, okay, let's stay here. Okay, third post, text, and some of authors, save post. It will be last post and the first in list. It is descending. But all that three posts are in memory of my PC, and application don't need asynchronous process, asynchronous get, asynchronous fetch data. And when I refresh, there is no third post, only second post and first post, because that two posts I write in pstsSlice. Only that we have something to see, but in real life it would be empty, and like, for example, basket in e-commerce would be empty when we open it, and every hour add a new article and remove article would be visible in that basket. But only when we decided what we want and click order, that content of basket go in table in database. Let's see how reading happened here. Again, refresh, and we have second and first post. Okay, we don't have third post because it is in our memory, and every refreshing there is nothing in memory. Only second and first post because it is hard coding in pstsSlice. Interesting for us is post for comparison with the tank one application. What need asynchronous process, and here we don't need. Here don't need asynchronous process. Let's see post list. Here it is, post list. Yes, post list. Post list here because post is global variable, and it is in post reducer, exists in Redux, in store, in post reducer. Here in post list, we declare variable post and assign value use selector. It is function. What parameter is a state, arrow function, parameter state, and here is a state post. And we have only this one variable, global variable post is array. It is not object, it is array. Because this Redux, this here, we have synchronized process, and the Redux understands synchronized process, and Redux don't need object for state post and status like properties and error in that object. Here is synchronized, not asynchronous, synchronized, and we have only array post in like a global state. Here it is in post list, declaration post, use selector, and our variable is permanently connected in every moment with the global state post. And every changes immediately reflect in our variable. This is like before, but I concentrated this video only in reading process. And what is now interesting for us? Here is the finished. Let's get see. Here is interesting. We have very less coding. We create ordered post only to descending order, not ascending, but descending order. And ordered post is descending order post. And through this code, it is sorted inversely of ascending. This ordered descending, because of that last post is first visible. And now we have ordered post. And here we create a variable rendered post. It is ordered post dot map, and we in M in add of map it is method of every array. Every array there is a method map. In this like parameter is arrow function with parameter post in, and in body of arrow function we have that JSX and variable post ID, post title, and all other post content is here. It is some short version of post content, because we have possible to click on every post and to see complete text. Okay, and in return we have a rendered post. Rendered post is here. It means that variable rendered post equal ordered post dot map. And it means rendered post is same what ordered post, but descending. Ordered post is descending and is the same what is a post. Ordered post equal post, but descending. And this is ascending. This is ascending, directly connected to post array, global post, global state array post. And we want descending, and we create variable ordered post. It is post, but descending ordered. And that ordered post, we use a map method for ordered post. It is array map method to have a post list. And we have a visible post list after initial rendering. It means when post list rendered, initial rendered, this post is connected in global state, and it is to post. It is because global state exists. Who prepare? Who initiate initial state in global state in Redux? Who? Index.js. Let's get see index.js. Index.js. It is in here. Index.js. Here it is. Here it is, index.js. And it is, here is import provider, because it is a React Redux module from React Redux module. Provider connect React and Redux to application, to architecture, to library. And we have store. And of course, we have fundamental our app application. Oh, of course, React DOM here is from React DOM client. And import all other, not important now. We declare a root. It is a React application. We declare root, object root. It is a React application, and it is assign to that declaration root is a React DOM function dot create root, and here is document get element by ID root. It is I must rewrite it. That would be like a tank1 application. But now it is a React application, and here is order render, root.render. Who order root.render? Here it is in index.js, it is coding, but who call it? Index.html is first loading when we enter address and when we want to see in browser our application. Index.html first upload, and when uploaded, call index.js. Calling index.js means execute every statement, every row of this index.js. And of course, here is execution of root.render. And in parameter of render method, we have provided props store equal our coding store in Redux. And all this about router, about routing, now not interesting, but for us is interesting. Add post form would be visible on home page and post list. It is calling add post form and post list, and calling that two functional component means execution, means initial rendering of add post form and final, don't need more. We see form on the screen and add post form, and all the local state what we need is in place. And initial rendering of post list is enough. Only initial rendering of post list means visible, after that means visible list, post list. And again, let's get to see post list. Post list. Here it is. Okay, initial rendering, go, execution, every statement from up to down. Here is declaration. We have post equal use selector. It means that two posts would be now here because two posts are in global in Redux. Yes, I must go back to index.js and said that here provider wrap our look at fundamental, and first visible in fundamental app is these two components. And provider, there is a props store would be execute before rendering component because it is here. Store would be execute before rendering a component, and props store equal in curly brackets object store. Let's see that object store. Object store is here. Look at object store, like we know from application tank 1, is equal configure store. Configure store is import from module Redux.js toolkit, and create store, make what a name said to make, configure store, and our object is store. In parameter is object inside curly brackets. We have one reducer. It means it is main state reducer. No. It is global one reducer, but that global one reducer in store, there is a slice. There is more, can have more reducer. This application in reducer, we have a post reducer, user reducer, comment reducer, replace one reducer, and it is interesting to see now what means slice. Post slice is post reducer. Users slice is users reducer. Comments slice is comments reducer, etc. Now we interested in post reducer, and it is exist before. It means store is execute and complete Redux store with reducer, old reducer, is in memory waiting initial rendering of component. It means now we must look at what pstslice, post reducer, is installed in memory and waiting component with what? Post slice. Here it is post slice. Here it is install initial state. Initial state would be installed. What is it? It is array. Must be array because it is always now in this application array. And initial state must be array. Here is square brackets means array. And inside in that array, there is object. Every post is object, and it is one curly brackets. Here is finished. One object, it is first post and content hello. And here is second post, second object, more text, etc. Array, initial state, there is two posts. It is hard writing here and always exists. When we refresh, it exists. It is because it is hard coded here in post reducer, in post slice. And we declare post slice equal create slice again, like every create function, create slice, create our object post slice, and in parameter we have object of all these properties between whom is reducers. And here we have reducers for post added type. Post added type action. Prepare is something what we need to create state in Redux. And here is reaction added, post updated. It is action type. Action type and post deleted. And we have nothing for reading. Fetch data. How fetch data here? Because there is no fetch data here. There is no reducer. There is no action type fetch data. There is no it here, only post added. Reaction added, it is reaction added, okay, but post update and post delete. There is no fetch data, and how read component of CRUD is created here. Simple, very simple. It is post list here, created here. Initial rendering means declaring constant post equal user selector, but post slice is installed and ready for use, and to post in array is in memory, and our object post is equal initial state from pstsSlice. And we have two posts here. And that two post, it is array with the two posts. We here only in this object, we have only descending ordered list. And that descending ordering list, we use map. And that list, what would be visible on the screen, we assign to separate rendered post. And after creation, after finished initial rendering, we have a rendered post. It is two posts in descending order. And we have it visible here. In return, we have a visible rendered post. Very simple. Only one initial rendering. We need to see post list. It is with Redux, React Redux application. It is when data is in our memory. When data is in mock server. Now, when data is in a mock server, before we go to other application, look at how many visible here in Redux toolkit. Init, only init. We need only initial rendering of post list. And all state we have post is interesting for us, but all is the same with other state, users, comments, replies one. Post exists. There is a two post array, there is two object, there is two post. And it is initial, only initial initial rendering, and it is initial, but this init is about Redux, and it is about concretely slice, is about reducer. And we have that, we have only here installation of only happened only in it. There is no other kind of action type, only initial action type, or only initial state from Redux. But now compare with the tank. F12 to see Redux. Look at in first opening we have init also, and here is a visible post, but we have after that init we have post fetch post, and we have post fetch post type, action type. It is action type, and action, there is a action type properties and payload, action type and payload. But here it is state after init. It is here visible. It is initial state in application tank. It is object post global, not array object. And that object, there is array post properties, status and error, because Redux don't understand asynchronous process. And now this application must go in asynchronous process. And in that asynchronous process, call thank function, fetch post. That thank function send two action dispatch to Redux. And when we have initial rendering of post list, and after that, by use effect, we have dispatch fetch post thank, and that fetch post dispatch action. It means together we have initial rendering and the two action invoke, generate two more rendering, two re-rendering. Initial, after that initial rendering post list, use effect call fetch post thank, dispatch two action, pending type action, fulfilled action. And every action means changes of state. Global state, object post, pending type changes from idle status to loading, and fulfilled changes, and it means new re-rendering, and fulfilled type of post. Look at here. Pending type and fulfilled. Pending type, loading changes. Here it is, loading. It is a waiting time, and we on the screen user interface, we see message loading. And after process finished, after would be right or bad, if it is right, we have fulfilled. And here is dispatch of status is succeeded. It is a reason for a re-rendering, but also posts is full. It is post now is two post. Here it is also visible two post from remote server. It fetch post thank give us at first loading type, at first pending type of action, and after that fulfilled type of action, where we have a full list of post and status succeeded. Changes, action changes state. Changing state means re-rendering component. And our post list 3 times rendered, initial and 2 more times re-rendered. Here it is visible in console. Look at add post array, first rendering of post list, array null, idle, and error null. Status idle, and post is null, the empty array. It is initial rendering. After that, use effect and fetch post thank, dispatch loading, it is pending type, and of course array empty, loading time, and error null, and re-rendered third time rendering means succeeded, thank send succeeded type, thank send fulfilled type of action, and array is full of post. It means 2 reasons for re-rendering: full array, fulfilled array, and status is succeeded. And of course, child post list rendered after action fulfilled, 1 times rendering. before, and after that finished rendering of post list. Here is visible in console, visible that rendering, and here in Redux is visible what happened in Redux. Rendered is what happened React component, and here is what happened in Redux store. In Redux store. And here it is. We have only init, and it is pstsSlice create init, and it is enough for post list rendered. Here is only one rendered of post list. Only one. It is initial rendered. It is in this application what use data from memory, our computer memory. And here in Tank, data is on mock server. We can see posts. Here is a Tank application, and we can see pstsSlice. In this application, we have only pstsSlice. It is for simplicity. Simplicity because same story is valid for every state. Post state, comment state, user state, and why? And I decided to have only one reducer to short that story can be short, that I don't repeat all that for comments. To learn is the best, the simplest possible example. Here is initial state. Also, we are now in pstsSlice, and here is object with these properties, post property status error. Why object? Because Redux don't understand asynchronous process, but like manager and hard manager, he must know what happened with data in asynchronous process. Because of that, is construct middleware, and representative of this middleware is Tank function. And here is a Tank function about what we spoke now. And in 454, when data is in memory, we have no Tank function. We have action creator, and the Tank function create two action creator. Tank function is two action creator, not create, is two action creator. In Tank, when we need asynchronous process, we need a Tank. Tank is two action creator. Two action creator. But when data is in memory, we have only one action creator. Fetch post is two action creator. He dispatch, fetch post must take data, okay, must fetch data. But after that, must create action what bring that data to reducer, and what change state post must create access to remote server to bring a payload, action payload. It is concretely in fetch post. It is array of post. It is action payload, and that action payload must be impact on must be connect with the actual state and give a new state. It is immutable way of changes state. And fetch post always tank give a pending type action and fulfilled or rejected. Always dispatch two in our combination when we need remote server data from remote server. Pending type action and fulfilled or rejected. Action creator. Fetch data and the response of this data give to reducer like payload. In reducer. Where is a reducer? pstsSlice is a reducer. And in that reducer, when pending type, we changes only status idle status from idle to loading. If fulfilled, there is exist payload, action payload. Here it is array, and we concat it to existing post, it is empty post. And if it is rejected, status is failed. And depend about this status, we have a post list. We know, developer know what to present on screen. Post list. Here it is. What return? Object content if status equal, it is declaration of content, only declaration. But here it is initiation. If status equal loading, content will be only message loading. If status equals succeeded, content will be list. Here is the map. Would be post list visible on the screen. If not loading and not succeeded status, then we will see error. And now look at application with data in memory. We have post list only one rendered. We have Redux only init installation. It is only initial state from pstsSlice. Initial state. Rendering only one. It is difference. And yes, pstsSlice. Look at pstsSlice. This pstsSlice of data in memory. pstsSlice data in memory. There is directly in pstsSlice. Instead of tank function, what we have in a tank 1 application. Here, we have not tank, we have a creator, action creator. And there we have tank. A tank is a double action creator. all the same, but simple difference, because there is a lot of confusion about tank. Tank is double action creator. Here is action creator post added. Look at reaction added, but post update and post delete. Here is a tree: add, update, delete. Not interesting now for us, reaction add. And there is no fetch data. And it is action creator because immediately post added, immediately here is a finished story. There is no builder, extra reducer. There is reducer, not extra reducer, and add case method. And there is no double action, but only one action. It means post added is action creator and a finished story. Only one action creator. But post add post in a tank one is two action creator. Two action creator. Edit post update. It is one action creator, and also this name of action creator take behind middleware, take it like type of action. That name is type of action also. Simplicity and declarative programming to do instead of us. Post updated is post creator, this function post creator, and it is one post creator, and it is a name of post name of type action. And you look at here, post update, we have all solution what we have in extra reducer there, but only in fulfilled type action. Now we have here in this only one action type, post updated, also post deleted. This same script is in tank also, but when fulfilled action type, here is there is no pending action type fulfilled, because there is no waiting. It is in memory. There is no asynchronous process. We are all time in synchronized process, and Redux understands synchronized process, and know in that synchronized process in every moment what happened with the data. But in asynchron, Redux don't understand asynchron, and we have a middleware and tank function for inform Redux about state in asynchron process, during asynchron process. And when you look at this construction, we see post updated and all finished here. It is one. But when we look at now in the same function but tank, in tank one application, it is pstsSlice. Fetch post, it is tank application. It is not after fetch post, there is a parameter, and in parameter that we have all same Here it is in parameter that we have this fulfilled. Here it is, concretely this concat. No, we have not here our fetch post is a double action creator because fetch post equal created asynchron tank. It is not a final station, final parenthesis, and is inside of that without sign equal. No, it is equal create asynchron tank. It fetch in that create asynchron, in that tank function create two action and dispatch two action creator. Every action creator, one action creator create action pending type and second fulfilled type or rejected type. And because of that, it is a big confusion in construction of sentence like this. Tank is a function what returns other function and not action. Again, tank is function what return other function and not action. But it confused for me because tank function tank is function what return second fetch post equal that function. It is equal. And fetch post is tank function, but that tank function here created all what happened down in pstsSlice, that tank function create pending action type and fulfilled action type or rejected. And fetch post function, return function is very, very confused. And the simplest possible fetch post is action creator like others, but difference is like there before that fetch that tank create two action. Create two action. For that must have two action creator. Fetch post is two action creator. Better say three action creator, but only would be happened only two, pending always, pending type action, and fulfilled if all is okay, rejected if not is all is okay. And we arrived to point where I would like and where to me is all understandable. There is no confusion. Fetch post is action creator. Action creator, two, but fetch post is a two action creator, three action creator. Also, add new post is a tank. Again, we have this add new post tank, action creator, function, what created two action. It means three action, but two will be happen. Pending type, fulfilled, or rejected. Handle delete. Handle delete is a tank. It is action creator. But create 3 action creator. 2 will be execute. Pending type always, and fulfilled if all is okay, rejected if not is okay. And update post is a tank. What dispatch 2 action creator of possible 3, pending, fulfilled, or rejected. And we can look at it here, action creator. Here it is, fetch post, pending type, fetch post fulfilled, fetch post rejected. Again, add new post pending, add new post fulfilled action type, add a new post rejected action type. And handle delete, pending type, action type, fulfilled action type, and rejected action type. It is crude. Create, read, update, delete. In application React Redux, when data is outside, when data is on remote server outside of React application. Here is a mock server. Now again here it is directly in data in memory. Here it is pstsSlice. PstsSlice means post edit is action creator, like tank, but tank create 3 action creator, but post edit only one. Add state push action payload. Look at here, existing state push action payload. It is added push. We can write directly, not, but immutable way would be created by IMER library, what coming with the create slice. It is post edit. Post update. Post update. Look at post update is not equal create asynchron tank, but post update there is a parameter. It is reducer parameter state and action, and a script for that. Finished. One action creator. Dispatch action creator means dispatch action, because function would be executed and the result of function is action. Dispatch action. Where dispatch happen? In place, in component, for example, post list. Oh, here it's post list. Look at click on delete, that event call post remove call arrow function, and in body is called post remove called dispatch post delete. And look at that dispatch post delete. It is calling function. Because of that, it is action creator. Post delete with parameter, it is action, calling action. It is a syntax for call action, concretely post delete. And if it is action, it is creator, action creator. Dispatch method of store, parameter a function. It is functional programming, where a function can be parameter of other function. But function like this means immediately execution, and the result is action, dispatch action. Because of that, you will see in text and tutorial in dispatch action, dispatch action, dispatch action. But you see, it is not action, it is function. Action is object. But this is function. But it is the same. Function is object, object is function. And because of that functional, it is also one source of big confusion when you first time coming from PHP here or other object-oriented programming. And here is all the time JavaScript is also object-oriented, but that object is behind scene, is in build. Don't need we code it. Okay, it means dispatch pose delete function pose delete here is object action function action creator or action creator function action creator is action. Also everywhere we have it is dispatch only delete when we go in update, etc. And also, when we go in tank, we see same construction in component. When we go in tank, it is tank. Now tank, here it is tank. When we go to tank function and to see, for example, post list, we also see dispatch action creator. We also see function here, or in add post form, add post form. Look at dispatch add new post title content. Dispatch, and it is again a function, but it is object also. It is object because a result of that function is object. That function must be executed, and execution means it would be object, action object. But when our eyes see that dispatch a function, but in text is right. In text, in tutorial we read dispatch action. We are confused. How can it be action when it is a function? Action is object. This is action. Dispatch action add new post. And when you see here in tank 1, when we have asynchron, and in 454, when we have in-memory data, we have dispatch, this syntax is equal. Dispatch function, we call it, that function will create object known action. And this add a new post would be action title, action type, and the title and content would be payload of that action. it is after years and years experience, learning, thinking, and at last coming artificial intelligence, and I faster through discussion with it uh, uh, take all understanding, take all understanding. A lot of news in functional programming instead of object-oriented or procedural, declarative programming instead of imperative. A lot of news that function equal object, object equal function. That function can go in can be parameter of other function. It is all in begin confusing with narrative what happened in tutorial about React. And we must explain ourselves by knowledge what we know before and connect. And after that, we understand any kind of narration, any kind of text. But when we understand what happened in knowledge, what we have. Okay, this page, add new post. I want to see this. When I add, look at here, React, Redux, okay, Redux. Here it is. It is init. Init, it is 454. It is data in memory. Now look at add. Third post. Text. Save post. Look at save post. And now here is a post added. Post added is a type, action type. What is action payload? Here is a action payload. But I must click on that. And here is a action payload. Now, post, we have three posts. Three posts. Now we have a post edit second time. Here, click. We have four posts. If I delete some of that, delete. Now, here, deleted post type, we have three, 0, 1, 2, three posts. If I second, if I delete third post, I have, must click here, third post, I have two posts only, rest two posts. If I update, I must go to view post, and here I can, it is comment, view, view post, and here it is, edit post. Edit post, form. Now, save post. Here it is, post updated. Post updated means, look at, means title AAA, content AAA. But for every of this action creator in a tank, we will have pending and fulfilled, pending and fulfilled, pending and fulfilled. Let's get see, pending or fulfilled. Look at now, it is fetch post, but there is a two. Pending fulfilled. This init is the same. It is in index.js calling store and props store and pstsSlice or comment slice, etc. It is init. Init is before rendering of component. Init initial state and the installation of Redux store and reducer. But after that, our action, fetch post, always pending fulfilled type. Add a say post now again. Add new post, pending and fulfilled. Add new post, pending and fulfilled. And right, we can see payload. We can see payload. We can see complete state post. But in that, we can see our AAA like a new post, like new post. And it is payload. It would be payload. It is add new post. Again, update, delete. Again, there is handle delete pending and handle delete fulfilled. And when we must click on type and to see in right, to see state. Now, of course, in pending, nothing changes in state, but changes that loading status. And it is reason for re-rendering. But in our post, there is no changes. Only fulfilled changes our post array. And it is handle delete and update. Update, here it is. Update C and update, here it is. And now write, look at update pending, update fulfilled. But here we have not, we have post added only one. Again, post added, post delete, it is, I click 2 times, refresh, home. Now we have 2 posts, and if I edit, we have only one edit. Yeah, post one edit. It's action creator type of action. Type of action. And if I delete, I have only one post delete. If I update, view post and edit post, save post, look at post update. And this is post, must know where is post. It is in post added, because we can have comments, users, etc. Home. And when we see here, we have fetch post pending fulfilled, add new post pending fulfilled. It is difference between action creator and 3 action creator in one function. 3 possible action creator in one, named tank. Tank, of course, uh, uh, tank, of course, it is not that immediately return object, but it is return three possible object. It is dispatch three possible object. It dispatch three action creator. And how you formulate it, how you say it, it is depend about you, but it is depend about understanding. Um, I I didn't find explanation like this mine. It is my explanation here is very basic, very simple. Tank is two action creator, or better say three action creator. And the tank is useful for any side effect, any reason for go outside React application, any reason for asynchronous process, not only for data on remote server, but can be access to, for example, maybe some sensors outside of application, and the Redux must know what happened with the data from that sensors to coming in reducer in store, etc. But I here spoke about our example. Our example is React application in Redux application, and Redux application we use for immutable way, immutable way of mutation, and it is state manager, global state, global state. We have local and global state. Not all local state go in global state. For example, in add new form, we have a local state, and that local state we send to global state for changes, global state, etc., update, etc. Again, uh, Redux always have action creator because action Redux always need action and type of action. Type of action said what to do with payload. Action object, there is two properties, type of action and payload. And it is action object is the same if data in memory or data is asynchronous. Action is action, always same. But Redux must have action because action changes actual state. By action, we change actual state. Redux change it immutable way. And Redux is global state manager, but also state manager means change state, and Redux change state by rule of React. It means by immutable way, by immutable way. And because of that, we have a reducer in store, and because of that, we have action. Action is something what happen when we use application, when we interact. Our interaction with the application is action, and that action go to global state in reducer. Why? Because by reducer we have immutable way of changes. immutable way of changes. If data coming from and go and come is in memory, if data is in memory, we don't need tank, but we need Redux. Redux is Redux, but without tank. And when we have not tank, our state is not object, but array post, array comments, array users. But if data coming from remote server, mock server in our example, we need tank. We need tank. Tank dispatch to action, pending type and fulfill type, or rejected type to action. But in memory, we have no tank. We don't need tank. A global state is array post, not object with status and error. And we don't need extra reducer. We don't need tank. And we need only reducer, and in that reducer need action, and we dispatch action creator or action. Action creator will create action, and dispatch action is same to said dispatch action or dispatch action creator. Even though our eyes see dispatch function, even though that function, what we call action creator, is also action, object action. Okay, I hope you more understand all that about tank, all that about confusion. This my video is a possibility that if you learn tank, Redux, React, it is possible that you listen to me like somebody who learned that like you, and can be interesting for you to listen about something what also confused you, and you can be confined. You can agree with me, and you can comment below. You can share this address and said about it in your social network. You can subscribe, like, or any engagement of you means growing our community, more knowledge for all of us. What look at this and other video. It's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.